Hi, and a warm welcome to another weekly update of vacation rentals here on the island of Oahu. My name is Bryan with Halipuna Real Estate and also now with Island Stays Hawaii, which is the premier property management division of Halipuna Real Estate. And really incredibly busy week this past week. 21 new listings. That's the most I've seen, and I can't recall the last time. And then we also had 9 sold properties. 7 of the 9 were cash transactions. And some really quality new listings this week I'll get into in a moment. Just want to point out all these Banyan units here are owned by the same owner, so they can all be purchased as a portfolio or individually. But the owner did a really nice job of doing remodels, staging the units. They're really beautiful, as you'll see. And then also a couple of nice beach villas, Waikiki Shore. And with that, let's just jump into this. First property over at Moana Hotel. Okay, when I first saw this unit, it had me chuckling, and I'll get to the reason in a moment. But it's a studio, 297 square feet on the 17th floor, priced at $164,950. City mountain views, your monthly fees, and what it covers. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details other than this unit at Moana Hotel, because supposedly all units at Moana Hotel are supposed to be very standardized. The hotel has very strict guidelines about that. So the only kind of unique tweak you can do for a studio is whether you want 1 bed or 2 beds in the unit. But all the furnishings in the unit are supposed to be limited common area amenities. So it's not owned by the individual owner, it's owned by the hotel or the association. And obviously this owner has done some customization. So this overhead bunk definitely is not allowed, but it even gets better. They put in this 3-stack bunk bed. And just to be clear, the Department of Planning and Permitting has also strict guidelines about capacity, how many people can stay in a studio versus a 1-bedroom versus 2-bedroom on upwards. So they're trying to cram in a whole lot of people in here. Never seen anything like this at Moana Hotel. And despite this, it does say in the listing that the bunk beds will be removed. I'm sure if a new buyer wanted them to stay, they could probably stay. But just to be clear, this does not adhere to the regulations, this unit. Next, Moana Hotel. Okay, this is obviously here a very standardized look. Studio on the 9th floor, 246 square feet, price at $169. Here's another studio at Moana, 9th floor, 246 square feet, price at $169. Has ocean, sunset, city views. And another one on the 13th floor, 246 square feet, priced at $189, city, coastline, ocean, sunset views. These units can cash flow pretty well at Moana Hotel, but their property appreciation historically has not been very stellar. It really does not keep up nearly as well as all of the other vacation rental properties on Oahu. Lastly, here's this another studio, 297 square feet on the 28th floor, priced at $235,000. You can see it has some ocean city views. Okay, now moving on to Hawaiian Monarch Studio on the 16th floor. Pretty tiny, 223 square feet, priced at $298,000. Pretty nice looking studio though. Now just keep in mind, if you're on a lower floor at Hawaiian Monarch, this gives you a good example. You're most likely going to be dealing with some noise, street traffic. But it's been updated. Nice views, Diamond Head, Alawai. You're gonna have some beautiful sunrises. But that's gonna be pretty crammed at 223 square feet, especially when they have these big built-in cabinets. But under 300,000, I'm guessing that's probably gonna sell pretty quick. So next we have the studio at Kuhio Village on the 11th floor, 240 square feet, priced at $379,000. Your views here, monthly fees, and what it covers. So about a year ago, I had a client looking for a unit at Kuhio Village, and there really wasn't anything on the market. So I did some marketing to try to find an off-market listing. And this used to be an owner-occupied unit, and this owner contacted me. He wanted even more than this current list price for the unit, which it was just vastly overpriced. Even at $369, he's pushing valuation. But it is he was very meticulous and did a great job maintaining the unit. Has 2 lanais. He did a really nice custom flooring and the lanai decking. Some decent views. But what my client and I didn't like, that just how the unit was configured, and it's just a pretty small unit, but it is well maintained. I think that's just pushing the price still. Island Colony on the 31st floor, 309 square feet, studio, 385,000. Here's your views here. Monthly fees and what includes. This is another nice unit. Really love the flooring they did here. Wish the popcorn ceiling was removed, but really nice, well-maintained unit. And some good pictures. Most of these listings we've had good pictures, which is nice to see. But nicely furnished right there. Here's another nice unit over at Marine Surf on the 5th floor, 392 square feet, 530,000. So these units do come with parking in this building, which is really nice. City views, monthly fees, and what it includes. And really remarkable how many units have popped up at Marine Surf recently. I think there's currently 4 or 5 on the market. Nice central location. A lot of great restaurants in the area, as well as 2 on the 1st floor of the building. Pool deck's not the most desirable, but it does get used quite often. Nice lobby area. And how guests usually get their fobs, they just have a code to access. Usually people just leave the keys and fob in these mailboxes. But they did a good job on the unit here. Nice kitchen. One thing to point out, although this is a studio, it does have a full kitchen, full stove, large refrigerator, so you can get the best financing terms for these units. Not too common to have studios, vacation rental studios, that have a actual full stove oven. Next, we have a unit over at Ilikai on the 25th floor, 500 square feet. They're calling it a studio, but I and a lot of other agents call these 1-bedrooms. It's just because the wall between the living room and bedroom has been removed. Sometimes agents call them studios. Price at $599,000. This unit's been on the market for a while. It went on the market last year at $699. Mountain views, $634 a month is your monthly fee. Now, if you've not watched my updates before, or you just want to refresh your memory, any units on the 2nd floor or floors 22 through 25 at Ilikai, if you want to do nightly rentals and not use a hotel pool, you are still required to use the hotel's house cleaning and maintenance services, which really increase your operating expenses. And that's why these units generally sell a lot lower than units on any other floor. And also, units on these floors really generally have a pretty standardized look. They were all remodeled at the same time in very similar furnishings and flooring. $599, that's getting in the realm of a pretty good price. So Waikiki Banyan. So this is the first of 5 units that just popped on the market this week that are owned by the same owner. Some really stellar units, all 1 bed, 1 bath. Well, all units at Banyan are 1 bed, 1 bath. This one's 533 square feet on the 18th floor, and the Malka Tower, Tower 2, price at $810,000. Ocean views. So these units are beautifully remodeled, but they are asking a premium for all these units. I just don't know if... I have a client who's currently looking in the Banyan, and I would not advise him to offer list price on any of these units if he's interested in them. But again, they're beautifully remodeled and furnished. Would have been nice though if they would have removed the popcorn ceiling. It's a negative on that unit there. And 18th floor, you're gonna have some okay ocean views. But they did some really nice, thoughtful items for stocking. There's your view there. Now back to Ilikai on the 6th floor. It's 500 square feet. They are calling this one a 1 bed, 1 bath. $848,000. Here's your views right here. This is a great stack to own in. And pretty nice looking unit as well. Not the best photos. But for, I mean, if you had proper lighting, I think the unit would pop a little more. Nice vinyl flooring. Not a bad kitchen. And these units have been selling for pretty high prices recently. They may get something right around this price point. Keep in mind, you'll have a little street noise, but you're going to have some beautiful sunsets. Going back to Waikiki Banyan on the 15th floor, another one bed, one bath at 533 square feet. And I failed to mention earlier, all these units do come with parking in this building. 850,000. So just to put this all in context, the highest selling one bedroom so far at Waikiki Sunset is 895,000. And that was a stellar 37th floor unit that had incredible diamond head ocean views. So the fact they're asking 850 for a 15th floor unit, and you'll see the views here, they're really pushing. I mean, this is nicely done. But your main view, you're kind of just looking at Waikiki Sunset. But this is really nice here. This is custom. Never seen a unit that had this arched entryway into the bathroom area. Built-in TV. I mean, again, very thoughtfully remodeled. Did a stellar job. Did remove the popcorn ceiling. Really love this recessed lighting here. Beautiful. But there may be someone willing to pay this price just to get a really high-end turnkey unit that, if managed properly, is going to do quite well on a nightly basis. I mean, you don't have to do anything. They just did a really, really quality job. Another one at Waikiki Banyan on the 16th floor. Again, 533 square feet. The largest one bedrooms in the building are 594 corner units. This one's priced at $875. This is in Tower 1 as well. Again, stellar custom remodel. Good to see they removed the popcorn ceiling as well in this one. I just don't know about the price. I'm really curious to see. I mean, I would be a little scared to have my clients pay this price point for a unit on this floor, even though these are in stellar condition. Next one at Waikiki Banyan. This one's on the 25th floor, also a 533 square foot unit, priced at $880. This is in the realm of, I think, a realistic valuation for me. It's on higher floor, 25th floor. Again, beautiful unit. Have some better views here. You're still looking, obviously, right at the butt of the Waikiki sunset, but you get some little better diamond head views here. But at these price points, you can almost buy some 2 bedrooms in some other buildings. If you want to pay maybe another 50, 100 grand, that will gross quite a bit more than a unit like this at Banyan. Last new listing at Waikiki Banyan. This is on the 33rd floor, another 533 square foot unit. 900,000. This is in Tower 2, Malka. No ocean views. This is really pushing valuation. This one I definitely saying is overpriced. I mean, they're asking for, this would be the highest selling unit ever at Banyan, and it doesn't even have ocean views. And most of these units, I didn't check them all, but I think I checked 3, maybe 4. All these units they purchased 2-3 years ago. Some in the $600,000 range. Most of them I think were in the sixes. So they did spend quite a bit of money remodeling, but I would not advise a client to spend 900 grand for a Mountain View unit at Banyan, even though this is in excellent condition. I think they would end up maybe regretting that, at least in the short term. Waikiki Shore, this is a nice 1 bed, 1 bath on the 13th floor, higher unit. The building itself is 15 stories. The price at $1.9 million. This is a little high in my opinion. this is though what you're paying for a lot is, I mean, unobstructive, beautiful westward facing views. Gonna have stellar sunsets. I mean, if the unit was fully newly remodeled and nicely staged, I'd say maybe you can get it, you know, the price around this price point is valid, but right now, in current condition, I think 1.9 is just too high. And a one bedroom at Waikiki Shore just sold this week. You'll see in a moment. It'll be a good comp to this one. Ilikai is a nice 2-bed, 2-bath on the 4th floor. 1,000 square feet, 1.988. Variety of views here. I love these 2 bedrooms over at Ilikai. This one, they'll be on the 4th floor. You're definitely going to be dealing with noise. This is the Hilton Hawaiian Village over here, Duke's Lagoon. This is pretty heavily trafficked. So there's some great surf spots over here, and there's all free parking in this area as well as this part of the marina. So a lot of people coming and going, and again, 5th floor. And then also there's a walkway here where guests from Ilikai and a couple other hotels can walk by to get down to the lagoon and the beach. So street noise, pedestrian noise, and this unit needs to be fully remodeled. There's an example that they're providing on what it could look like. And there is a nice 2-bedroom in here that they did a beautiful job remodeling. That last I looked, the nightly rate was in the high 6s, sometimes in the $700 range. So there's potential, but that unit is on a higher floor. But me personally, if it came down to this unit versus that Waikiki Shore we just looked at, I would probably go for this unit. It's definitely going to do more on a monthly basis for income. And this is the main pool deck here. But I do think that's a little high. Ritz-Carlton, 3-bed, 3-bath on the 33rd floor, 1,600 square feet, priced at $3.6 million. Beach Villa over at Ko'olina. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,315 square feet on the 5th floor, priced at $4.2. Check out your dues though, it gets pretty expensive, and here's what it covers. So this unit and the next unit I'm going to show at Ko'olina are owned by the same party. And if you're not familiar with Ko'olina, this is over on the west side of Oahu. Really beautiful, I'd call it a destination resort area. You have 4 Seasons, Alani Hotel, beautiful golf courses, these little lagoons here that are open to the public, but parking is very, very difficult to find in this area. But it's just a beautiful spot. And this unit here, really hard to get. I mean, obviously it's nice to own on a higher floor, but as far as views, hard to beat. This is really stellar. And all these units are very standardized interior, high-end finishes, and very beautiful. These are some of my most favorite units. And the property itself is stellar. 2 pools, really nice exercise room, just beautiful landscape, gardens. Yeah, very beautiful. And this one also, Beach Villas, is also on the 5th floor, $4.3 million, really similar to the last unit we just looked at. And keep in mind though, you are going to get blasted by afternoon sunshine. It gets really warm over on the west side, and you're going to have a whole lot of afternoon sunshine beating into your unit. But the sunsets will be stellar. Yeah, very, very quality. Now moving on to sold. Moana Hotel, 8 days on the market, $150,000 on the 5th floor. This had city views. The other one, Moana Hotel on the 22nd floor, ocean views, 220 days on the market, sold for $259,000. Most often, all transactions at Moana are cash, even though you can find some lenders who will do financing. Moana Hotel on the 34th floor, 144 days on market, $290,000. Just point out, it did a little over $4,000 gross. per month. Student Hawaiian Monarch on the 13th floor, 34 days on the market, sold for $308. Ilikai on the 6th floor, 1 bed, 1 bath, 10 days on the market, $695,000. Waikiki Banyan on the 21st floor. This is a pretty nice remodeled unit. Good comp to these other ones we looked at, $760,000. So this is a good comparison to those other ones that just went on the market. Ritz-Carlton Studio on the 22nd floor, 190 days on the market, sold for $780,000. Ilikai on the 14th floor, 1 bed, 127 days on the market, sold for $840,000. And lastly, Waikiki Shore. This is a good comp to the one we looked at, new listing this week. 8th floor, 47 days on the market, sold for $1.385 cash. Very similar views to the other unit. As always, thank you for watching my show and my channel. Appreciate it if you like this stuff. Give me a thumbs up or subscribe. And any questions at all, whether it's regarding property management or residential real estate sales here on Oahu, contact me anytime. Happy to serve you any way I can. Take care.